I ranked NFC, the NFC, from best to the Eagles, to where the Eagles would fall. All right, you guys tell me what you think. All right, here's my order. Rams 1,
Good.
Buccaneers 2, Packers 3, Cowboys 4, Cardinals 5, Eagles 6, 49ers 7. I did top 7. All right, Gunner. Barrett, you asked.
Oh,
I brought it
Then we
back.
talking about that's what I'm talking about.
That's
Yeah.
one of my Kangos. Yes. my Scully.
I've
my
never
Scully
seen you
cat.
wear a Kango, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
What?
That's his look, man. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's his look.
Wait till you see
Make
this
that
one. Wait till you see this one. I'm going to put it. I'm going to save it for the last segment.
Okay.
I'm going to save it for the last one.
Is this the one Krause got you?
Yes.
All right. I'm excited to see
Now,
it.
I know I'm going to have to wear it at some point because I don't want to hurt Krause's feelings, but I got to figure out what I'm aware with this. So I might need some fashion tips from you guys, just to.
All right. We're here. That's why we're here.
coordinate,
We're fashionistas, as they say.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes.
B. Brooks always stepping out, man. B. Brooks, even his socks cost $100 a pair.
Barrett is
Right.
always coordinated. Barrett's watches match with his shirt. There's always, I give him credit. There's always thought involved to what he's got on. I like it.
He can't be big and sloppy, bro.
Hey, look, even his watches are big as satellite dishes.
They are.
They
have their own zip codes.
I say, man, is that a direct TV satellite dish or is that a watch, man? What the heck is that, man?
Yeah.
I told you I put on one of his watches, man. My wrist hurt for a week.
It's a workout. It is a straight up workout, man, when you throw one of his. He gave me one. I still have it somewhere. He gave me one, man. And the problem is I just can't pull it off because it goes from like my elbow to my wrist.
It's like a plate.
And I'm like, what? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it got it for him. It's got a couple watch faces on it, man.
It's the blue one with the watch face. It's a badass watch. I'm telling you, it's a great watch. I just can't pull it off, man, personally. But
wait, he gave you a watch?
Yeah.
He never gave me nothing but grief.
Exactly. Well, you give him high blood pressure.
What?
You give him high blood pressure. I don't.
What?
There's a difference.
Gave you a watch?
Come on, Derek.
It's like that?
Man.
Are we like that? That's it? That's how it rolls now?
That's exactly right.
Come on,
okay.
man.
All right. That's how it is.
I wanted to throw this at you guys. So let me first give you the strength of schedule. Then I'll tell you where I have the Eagles ranked, okay? So this is from our guy, Jeff Kerr, CBS. He tweeted this out. And Jeff does an excellent job. Follow him on Twitter at Jeff Kerr, CBS. 2022 strength of schedule. Eagles rank 30th in strength of schedule.
Especially away games.
Yeah, opponent win percentage is 464. Now, by comparison, the Rams, obviously, they won the Super Bowl, right? Have the toughest strength of schedule. Their opponent win percentage is 567, more than 100 points more. Ooh. So I'll just give you the top 5. LA is number 1, the Arizona Cardinals 2, Cincy 3, Tampa 4, and tied for 5th, San Fran and Kansas City. The Eagles are 30th, right? How about the last 2? Tied for 31, Washington and Dallas.
Come on, man.
Seriously.
That ain't right.
That's crazy.
That ain't right, man. Hold up. How's that possible? Didn't Dallas win the division last year?
Right.
They were 12-5 last year.
That's what I'm saying.
How do they have the easiest schedule?
A lot of it does. Some of it does. Like Green Bay, for example, is 22nd.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it is bizarre. The Giants are right at a tick above the Eagles at 29th. Their opponent win percentage is 465. But yeah, so you're 4 of the bottom 3 are the Giants. The bottom 4: Giants, Eagles, Washington, and then Dallas in terms of easiest schedule.
Wow.
So, pretty interesting.
Well, the cards are lining up just where we need them again. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to take advantage of it. Looking at the schedule, man, the away games, we're looking pretty good, man. The 2 toughest opponents, Dallas and the Cardinals, for away games. So, I mean, we may be all right next year also. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, they benefited from it this year. That's for sure. Yeah. Especially the back end, man. The back end was a cakewalk. All right. So I just for fun before the show, I ranked the NFC from best to the Eagles, to where the Eagles would fall. All right, you guys tell me what you think. All right, here's my order. Rams 1,
Good.
Buccaneers 2, Packers 3, Cowboys 4, Cardinals 5, Eagles 6, 49ers 7. I did top 7. Now, here's my trepidation with a couple of these. We know how hard it is to repeat, so that's going to affect the Rams. It's very difficult to repeat no matter how good you are. I think the Patriots were the last team in the mid-2000s, right? Bucks did lose some people, and I just wonder, at any point, is Brady show that he's not Superman at some point? I don't know. You always say that every year, and then he still goes out there and deals. Packers lost a lot, Derek, as you well know.
Yep.
Not just Devontae Adams. That's the big one. That's the headliner. But they did lose a good amount, especially of offensive firepower. And I don't know who Aaron Rodgers is throwing to, right? Then Cowboys, to me, it's always look great on paper, never really deliver. But I have them.
Their coach.
Yeah. And the Cardinals, as much as there's talent there, Kingsbury and Kyler Murray have collapsed the last couple of years. Late.
Right.
You remember that playoff game was
that's Kingsbury's MO, man. They collapsed down the stretch. Yep.
Right. And then the only reason I have the Niners below the Eagles is just because we don't know about the quarterback situation. Like Garoppolo is still there. That's strange. We don't know how good Trey Lance is going to be. And the Debo stuff is still kind of up in the air a little bit, right?
Right.
So that was my reasoning. Tell me what you guys think. Again, I have the Eagles 6th out of 7th. Some people may say low. Some people may say high. I do think they have a good chance to win the division, but that's just the way I have it ranked right now.
I think so also. Yep.
I think that's about right now, the way you stacked them up. When you look at Dallas, again, I think their biggest Achilles heel will be Mike McCarthy, but Dallas has a lot of talent down there. And, we joke about Mike McCarthy, and yet they won 12 out of 17 games last year. Mm-hmm. So they have the talent, and then their defense is really good,
Yeah.
When you look at Tampa Bay, long as Tom Brady's down there, Tampa Bay is always a threat.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams, obviously, the negative for success is to do it again. It's that much harder the next time to do it. Arizona, I'm still not sold on Kyler Murray. I think he's a great fantasy football player. He's like a pinball wizard. I love watching him play, but he makes a lot of mistakes. And Cliff Kingsbury's MO since he's been there has been their team collapses down the stretch. You go back to last season, they were undefeated when Green Bay went in Arizona and shocked them, and all of a sudden they weren't the same team anymore after that. You look at Green Bay. You're right. Devontae Adams is gone, but then Green Bay uses its 2 first-round draft picks to take defense when they had one of the top 10 defenses in the league last year. They took 2 players from Georgia. So their defense is going to be strong. And Green Bay is known for 2 things. Number one, if you look at the back end of their secondary, which the Eagles don't, Green Bay has spent a lot of capital on drafting DBs as first-round pick. And then they brought in the kid Amos from the Chicago Bears to play safety to solidify their back end. Number 2, for the last 20 years, Green Bay always finds these receivers in rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6 and turn them into Pro Bowlers. You can go back to Donald Driver, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, so on and so forth. Green Bay always. So they drafted this kid in the 2nd round, Christian Watson, out of North Dakota State, ran a 4.35 40 at the combine. Eventually, 6'5", and running a 4.3. Then they drafted another receiver who runs like a 4.4 2 picks later. So you're right. You don't replace a Devontae Adams like that, but they'll get him up to speed. So I think Green Bay is going to be in the mix. I don't think Green Bay is going to be in the Super Bowl, but I think, to me, the 49ers is that team you got to watch the closest because you don't know Garoppolo's status. I do believe he's going to be the quarterback. I don't think they trust that young kid yet to take over. And 49, one thing you know about the 49ers, their defense is always rugged. When they're healthy, they are rugged on defense, and their defense keeps them in a lot of games. And in no way, shape, or form do I see them allowing Debo Samuels not to wear a 49ers uniform in 2022. And when he's on the field, that kid is special, man. So I have no qualms whatsoever the way you stack the teams up in the NFC. I would say, again? Huh? Yeah, give them the list again.
Rams, Bucks, Packers, Cowboys, Cardinals, Eagles, 49ers. So the Eagles fall 6th on that list.
The only thing I would rank them like this. I would go Green Bay.
Green Bay 1, even with the
number 1 losses? Green Bay.
Wow,
I can't even do that.
Man,
Aaron Rodgers, bro. Green Bay.
I know.
Okay.
Then I'd go Rams. Then I'd go Tampa Bay. And then, the list pretty much the same after that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the only, like, if I'm looking at it and I'm trying to figure out, what other teams are potentially playoff teams, I don't think anybody else in the East besides the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Right.
I don't know, the Vikings. They just feel like a mediocre team. Maybe a coaching change gives them some kind of shot in the arm. I don't know. I don't like anybody in the South besides Tampa. I just at all. And then I go out West. Seattle's going to fall off. I mean, they've lost Russell Wilson.
Yep. The defense is a mess. Bobby Wagner's gone.
Yeah. And they're in a transition period right now. So usually you count them to be a team that's possible. I don't see
They may win 6 games. They may win 6 games.
Yeah, I think they're going to be down. I think this will probably be last year Pete Carroll. I'm surprised they didn't make that. To me, if you're trading Wilson away and you're really turning this thing over, don't you make a move at coach too?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
So that kind of surprised me there. Look, I think the Eagles are a bit of a wild card. I mean, let's face it. It's something we've discussed a lot and we'll continue to discuss. But if Jalen Hurts takes it to the next level and becomes that guy, do I think they can move up on that list? I think they can get ahead of the Cardinals, and I think they can get ahead of the Cowboys for sure.
I agree. I agree.
They could be right there in the top 4 if he's that guy.
See, I still say that the Rams, to me, are the creme de la creme of the NFC until further notice. They've lost a few players, but they added Bobby Wagner to the middle of that defense. You got Aaron Donald in front of him. You still have Leonard Floyd still in front of him there. You got Jalen Ramsey on the back end of that defense as well.
I was watching film on him last night.
Man, it's crazy. And then you look at the offense, they added Allen Robinson. Okay, so Robert Woods is gone, but they added Allen Robinson, oh, by the way, to go with Cooper Kupp, oh, by the way, to go with Van Jefferson as well. That kid's a young up-and-coming stud.
Like him a lot.
I love him. I look at their running back situation, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson Jr. Are you kidding me? Their offensive line is decent. I think the one tackle just retired.
He
finally.
did. Whitworth.
Whitworth retired.
Yeah. But I look at the Rams, man. If they stay healthy, I think the Rams are going to be the team to beat in the NFC this year.
Yeah. Hey, Barrett, I know, speaking of film, you were watching some Bradbury yesterday as well?
Yep.
What's your sense here? Because there's a lot of debate whether or not the Eagles should take a run at him because he did have a down year last year, but
that's why you should make a run at him.
Okay.
Because he did have a down year last year. Watching film on him, he still would be the second best corner in that meeting room if he came to the Eagles.
Right.
You can get him at a cheaper price. He's not going to require. He'll be right along the lines of what Jordan Nelson. Now Jordan Nelson's got 2 years, $10 million, but I really think that's right around where you could pick him up at. He's never been a guy that he had in all. If you look at it, in all reality, he's had 3 good years at playing at a high level. 3 good years, 2 years with the Panthers. And then the first year with the Giants. Then after that, he's played, okay. He's played pretty well. But, it's not like he's a star, like he's Revis Island or anything. You know what I'm saying? He's a constant corner. Reason why they let him go, they still have some good corners there. They still have pretty good guys there. So I think that's the major reason why. He just didn't play up to the contract level that, they signed him to. It's not like he's not a good player. And when I was watching film on him, very technique sound. The plays that he did get beat on was where he got out of his back pedal too early, or he playing a receiver instead of replaying the ball, and just little stupid things which allowed him to get beat on those plays. But other than that, he's a consistent guy. Can play him anywhere. He can play an inside, outside. He can still play this game, man.
Would he fit the system that Gannon?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because he could play zone and he could play man to man. I think he's become even a better a zone corner. So he was just a shutdown, in man in your face corner. I think he's playing zone better than he's playing man right now.
Okay, all right. Well, look, it's going to be fascinating to see what they do because they certainly don't have enough right now. That's for sure. So, guys, we get the full blown schedule release on Thursday, which has become an event. It's literally a show now. I mean,
I got a show that night.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
Right, Barry, you know, right?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, you got a very special one tonight as well. You want to let folks know what's going on there?
Yes. At 6:30, I'm gonna have Ray Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be on the show, man. And you know, it's his swan song for NBC Sports. You know, so Birds Huddle 6 o'clock, 6 to 6:30. The entire show is gonna be about, you know, Ray Diddy and then, you know, what he's brought to NBC Sports, you know, which was Comcast, you know, which, you know, virtually YouTube started, you know. So I mean, it's gonna be a good show.
Good.
I can't wait.
Looking forward to it. And he'll be with us on Thursday, everybody. So we'll have Ray Didinger at 1 o'clock. I talked to him today. He's excited, man. Like he's as you would expect. Well, we'll get all the in Barry. You'll do it tonight. I don't want to give anything away, but it's going to be fascinating to watch him tonight with you, and I can't wait for us to just chop it up with him on Thursday and just kind of walk down. It'll be not like it's. We'll certainly mix in, you know, what he thinks about the Eagles. He's still going to be locked in on the Eagles, right? But we're also going to pay tribute, as you will tonight, Barrett, to a guy who just unbelievable, man. And just what an unparalleled career, really, in a lot of ways, man.
Right.
He was that kind of player. That's
you can't replace him.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it would be wrong for anybody to even try to replace it. Now, you could bring somebody in to hold their own candle, you know, hold their own, you know, spot, but you can't fill his spot. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Nobody can come in and be as knowledgeable as he is, to be, you know, to be the type of player, the historian he is, and his knowledge and his breakdowns, man, it's unbelievable.
Legendary.
Yeah, and he's not a guy. Look, anybody, there is no replacing, and anybody who would try would be making a big mistake. So I think the best thing is, whatever role, just be you, man. Don't try and be him.
Right.
That's the only piece of advice I could give out to
It's gonna
anybody.
be tough. Yep.
Yeah, no, look, it's not. And one of the things we talked about early, and Keith Pompey is going to be joining us, Jason, coming up in about 7 minutes. We'll talk to Keith from Miami. We got Sixers game 5. I did want to sneak this in, guys. Phillies win last night. And really,
you ain't got to sneak in.
No, but it's the first time I can remember it in a while this season where they got from the jump. They jumped on Seattle offensively. They got really good starting pitcher from Ranger Suarez, and the bullpen shut it down. This was a complete team win. Everybody across the board did their job. You had the back-to-back home runs, Segura and Hoskins, and they just kept piling on. This is the way they need to play baseball. And they did, to their credit, they did it last night, coming off an awful, bad loss on Sunday.
The thing that keeps jumping out at me is that they had 17 hits. 17 hits in a game. We had talked about how the hitting starting to get better. Man, they went out there and had basically a practice session against Seattle pitching. And you look at some of the big names: Castellanos 3 for 4, Real Muto 2 for 5, Segura 2 for 4, Hoskins 3 for 5. Those four alone accounted for all 9 of the runs in that particular game. And that's what you need to see. Harper went 3 for 4, but didn't drive any runs in. Bohm went 2 for 5, didn't drive any runs in. But, 2, 4, 6 batters batting back to back had 2 to 3 hits up and down their lineup. If they can do that consistently, man, I mean, they took it to Scherzer. They got 10 hits off Scherzer. So if they can do that consistently, things are going to turn around. But again, this is the Phillies, bro. I'm not holding my breath.
No, we're in show me mode, Gunner.
Talk to me in late June. Let's see where they are in late June.
No, look, no question. I'll be the first. I've been saying you got to get rolling here forever, and they have not. They let you down every time. Look, this is not a great Seattle team. So now is the time to take advantage of this. Because guess what? You're going to LA against the Dodgers. Then you get San Diego. Then you get the Dodgers again. Then you get Atlanta. Then you get the Mets. Then you get the Giants. Then you get the Angels. Then you get Milwaukee. This is who they have back to back here in series. So you better start taking care of the lesser teams. And by the way, the Phillies have been a lesser team. So I'm not that's not a knock on Seattle, but you got to beat these kind of teams. You got to take 2 out of 3 against these kind of squads. So for them tonight, and again, good job out of Suarez last night. You get Nola, who's had 3 straight really good starts, who goes tonight. Keep it rolling, Aaron Nola, and that's how you can win the series if you take the one tonight.
The only thing with Nola is he hasn't had a win since April 8th. And you look at his outing since then, he's had 2 no decisions and a loss.
Yep.
and he's pitched his last 2 games, easily should have won those games.
Really well. Not his fault.
My man pitched gems, and I mean ball movement, breaking pitches, everything you want from an Aaron Nola. He still didn't get the decision, man.
I know.
Man.
All right, let's step aside. Let's come back. Heath Pompey is going to be joining us from Miami. We'll get the latest on what's happening with the Heat, what adjustments they may make with the Sixers, health. There's some biggie out there as far as health goes for the Heat tonight. We'll give you an update on that. All kinds of stuff in store. Talking to Keith Pompey from the Philadelphia Inquirer when we get back. We are Sports Take. D Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis, JAKIB Media, YouTube Network. I want to tell you, my friends at Pro Action Restoration, if you have a home or you're a business owner and you experience the pain and inconvenience of water, fire, smoke, or mold damage to your property, you know how trying that can be. Pro Action's on call 24/7 to assist you. I went through this. I called them. They were right there. They cleaned up my parents' house. The crew was professional. They were, great price. You name it, very reasonable. Here's the good thing. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're fully insured. They serve the tri-state area, and they've been doing it for more than 2 decades. Pro Action will work in conjunction with your insurance company. They take care of fire, water, smoke, mold remediation, you name it. They can handle it. Give them a call, 610-623-3760. That's 623-3760. Or email them at proactionrestoration.com.